Hey guys, welcome to the new video. In today's video we're going to compare Uncomparable. We're going to compare old school Nissan GT-R versus new BMW M2 G87. Let's start with design of the cars, and let's start with the newer version or newer car, BMW M2. In terms of front of the car, it looks much more modern. You have, well, new modern LED headlights. You have different proportions, much more carbon fiber, as you can see, different details. In comparison to GTR or the older version, R34 GTR, you have much more sleek, so it looks much more sportier in my opinion. It doesn't have a lot of carbon fiber, but I guess it's just an option, so you can spec it differently and you will have different carbon fiber options. But in terms of pure looks, you have this beautiful LED line, which in my opinion is pretty cool, and they came with this after facelifted version. So with the newest version, this is 2019, so it's, I guess, one of the newest GTRs that came out. So yeah. So we cannot completely compare those two cars because this is a little bit upgraded M2. So with regular M2, you don't have this carbon fiber splitter, you have different front grille. So this is all upgraded by me on this car. So car from the factory is different. I would say that 100%, and I'm 100% sure that you would like more Nissan GT-R in comparison to the stock M2. So this is a little bit upgraded, so it looks much more aggressive, much better. It's a little bit lowered, so you can all see the difference between the stock M2 and the newer M2. So let's compare those cars in terms of enjoyment, or how happy I am when I'm driving a certain car. I'll talk first about Nissan GT-R, which I've been driving for like 2-3 days as of now. This is rental just for the sake of this video. But I cannot really compare completely those two cars because I've been driving this car, well, it's my, let's say, daily car, so I have much more kilometers on this car than on GT-R, so I haven't really used all of this potential that I am able to compare those cars fully. But in terms of what I was able to pick up from those 2-3 days, it's much more aggressive. It has different sounds that you can hear. It's much more technical. You can listen and hear to every bit of the car, everything switching. If you turn different sport mode or R mode, you can hear the car changing. If you turn on the valves, you can hear them and listen to them, and the exhaust is completely different. In terms of pure enjoyment, I would say that I really like this car just for the sake of the car and road presence, which is in comparison to this newer model M2. This is much more modern. Like I said, it's not that technical, so you cannot listen and hear to different sort of sounds. Okay, it has upgraded exhaust, so it adds to the enjoyment. Like this car has, but I would say that if I had to pick one in terms of enjoyment and happiness and road presence, I would surely go for the Nissan GT-R, as you would, I guess. In terms of looks or design of the cars, we are starting with rear section of the cars because I think this is where magic happens with both of these cars. This controversial BMW M2, which many of car guys they don't really like this particular design or car, which in my opinion, and I was like that as well, I like it in person with this BMW performance package, carbon fiber and spoiler setup, so it looks completely different. Let's compare this to Nissan GT-R, which in my opinion looks much more better, much fattier ass, if we can call it like this. It has much more road presence from behind. It has a little bit of carbon fiber, but you have those big 4 tailpipes, which you can see that they're upgraded, but from the factory they're a little bit smaller, I think. This is completely stock tailpipes, although this car has upgraded mid-pipe. So this is rear section, and if I had to pick one of these cars based on rear, I think, guys, you know what I would pick, and I know what you would pick. It's Nissan GT-R, because this is old school. This has heritage 4 headlights, rear headlights, and yeah, this is, in terms of design, from the rear section, Nissan GT-R is my pick. Okay, so let's continue with side of the cars and, let's say, wheels and how they look like. This is, I would say, it has different looks in terms of like how wide it is. So it goes from thinner line to wider line in comparison to Nissan GT-R, which you have this one line which goes from the front to rear of the car. In terms of how this looks, like I said, it's not really that well compared, or I cannot compare this to stock version, because this M2 has, I lowered the car, it's a little bit wider in terms of wheels, so it's not really 100% the best comparison, because it's not stock. But let's compare how it is like this. I really like the setup with M2 much more because of this wide angle, and you have this line which goes with fender a little bit wider, so I really like this in comparison to Nissan GT-R. We really can compare because both of those cars are coupes, so they are 2 doors, so we can compare at least this. Well, this is, like I said, a little bit more compact version. I really like this side skirt, which I guess you cannot get on a Nissan GT-R. This is how it is from the stock. This is upgraded and performance. And yeah, in terms of mirrors, if we can compare those, I really like carbon fiber, so that's why I like this style of side mirrors. And yeah, in terms of side, I guess that's it. This is really positive because you have this vent which is functional, so it cools down the engine and the brakes. So yeah. So interior of the cars, well, you know what I'm going to say. The newer version, the BMW M2, much more newer interior. I really like new BMW interiors, except this big screen, which is really modern, but it also has this like crazy screen and apps that you need to find in order for you to find what you need. Let's say some sort of assistance or something like this. So this interior is, I would say, much better. In terms of side console, you have a lot of carbon fiber. In terms of overall looks of the new M interiors or overall BMW interiors, they are much better in comparison to, let's say, Nissan GT-R, which is I would say the only negative thing about Nissan GT-R, which is interior. This is old school. It has old screen. Well, this is only thing that you actually need to have information about your engine oil, temperature, and everything. So I guess it's sufficient, but it's not really that beautiful. So in terms of how comfortable cars are, when we talk about seats, I mean, both cars are really comfortable because these are comfortable seats. So these are not bucket seats, so they are comfortable, and these are little bit sportier, but still comfortable. So guys, welcome to a little bit of comparison of and drivability comparison, especially with BMW M2 and Nissan GT-R. So we are currently sitting in Nissan GT-R 2019, and let me tell you this, I know that we are comparing, like I said, uncomparable cars, because this has different amount of power, although little similarity is but I think maybe the only similarity is that they both have V6 or, well, 6-cylinder engine. So this is the only similarity, but in terms of drivability, they are two completely different cars, and this is something that is not a surprise to you, I'm guessing. So but this car is much more faster in straight line. Of course, it has more power, so it doesn't really make sense that it's faster. But other than that, it's different based with the age of this car and more mechanical feeling in terms of driving this car. The experience is completely different. So you can listen to this. This sound, it's amazing. Like in comparison to BMW M2, which also has upgraded exhaust system, this is cutless exhaust. So the feeling and the way that this exhaust sounds in comparison to M2 is completely different. Like it's more raw, it's more like harsh. Like I don't know how to explain this feeling, but the sound of this car in terms of exhaust, I don't know, I really like the sound of M2 with upgraded mid-pipe as well, because it has a lot of pops and bangs, and I like this stuff. And I know that you can upgrade and program pops and bangs for Nissan GT-Rs as well. So I guess in that sense, if you program it to your liking, I would say that Nissan GT-R is a much better choice. But like I said, we are not really comparing it like this, because if you are thinking about going either for Nissan GT-R or M2, it's not like you are deciding between those two cars. Like I know that you will go for BMW M2, but like I said a few times, I think already, it's in terms of like daily driving the car, M2 is much more daily drivable. So it's easier to daily drive it. It's you can turn off the sound. You can, I mean, like soften the suspension. You can set it up in a way that it helps you to drive it daily. Other than consumption, which I think you can get under, I mean, 10 liters per 100 kilometers. I would say that this car, I mean, it's 6-cylinder engine, so I guess you can lower the consumption as well. So yeah, in terms of like consumption, I guess we are at the similar point with those two engines. But in terms of daily drivability, I would say that M2 is much better. But again, we are not comparing exactly this. So okay guys, so if you like this video and if you like comparison that doesn't really make sense, let me know in the comment section and I can do it again with different cars.